I've been thinking a lot this past year and a half or two. And even in life, generally you have conversations with people, and sometimes they're about views and whatever. And usually all the complicated questions or the simple ones that involve human beings, you discuss and you discuss, and sometimes you argue about it for months, sometimes you argue about it for hours, sometimes you spend a few minutes, and sometimes you keep coming back to the same argument. But what I found with most things is that whatever conversation you're having, whatever thing you're discussing, it always comes back to it depends. That's always where you reach. And then after that, you get to, it's about finding a balance. And that's pretty much all my conversations seem to end there, seem to get there. At some point or the other, that's where we land. And the thing is, you can find a balance for yourself about one thing in your life, but to find a balance with yourself and something else in your life, it's a different balance because the variables are different. And so my balance with food or my balance with sleep is going to be different. I'm going to have to figure out where that balance is for that, and then separately for that, and then separately for all the other aspects of my life. And someone else is going to have to figure out, again, the balance for them in all those different aspects of their life, and then the balance of their life as a whole. And so it's basically finding a balance in a whole bunch of situations and then put together. And so it's different for everybody, but I mean, it sounds overwhelming to me sometimes, and then it also sounds relatively simple in its concept, and pretty straightforward, except that it's really hard to find a balance. But that's what I've come up with so far. I talked about in my last video about wanting to about finding something that's driving me right now, and I mean, it is in the space of mental health. I'm sure you guys have figured that out by now, or I've said it a whole bunch of times. But that's where I'm at right now. The answer to everything seems to be to find a balance, and it's going to be different for each thing in your life, and it's going to be different for each person, and that's where I'm at.